we will, of course, be back to BATUU again for our second cast previews, where I hope to do a little bit more like how I did the Animal Kingdom tours and kind of point things out a little bit better, just so that like it makes a little bit more sense for you guys. So today was like a trial run, a learning experience for us.
Because it poured all day.
Yeah.
It did rain about half the time we were there.
Yeah, but I don't think it was too bad while we were in BATUU itself.
It just was like, ooh, we're not going to hold the map out, and we're just going to, like, kind of get to where we're going.
And I think that's a whole point of, like, going to a new land is to, like, discover it and stuff.
Oh, it was fun.
So it was really, really cool to get to see everything.
Next to no signage anywhere in the land, which is cool, but it also means if you're looking for a specific piece of merchandise and you don't know how the land is laid out already, good luck.
Right.
Somebody will help you, but also they all kind of look the same.
Yeah,
because there's a big bazaar that's got like stalls of vendors. You can see into them easily enough, and in the case of the plush shop, there's like plush animals and stuff, like porg and stuff. You're gonna smell it before you see it because it smells like ferrets in there. It smells like an animal shop.
Yeah. But I think like the layout of the land's pretty cool. The like walkways are nice and wide. You can
gorgeous.
We saw the what will be the entrance for Rise of the Resistance as we were leaving. I think we finally noticed it because as we were coming in, we were just so like enwrapped in like following the crowds.
Yeah, we just kind of went into the main entrance of the land because we figured that was probably the best way to.
Right. And then we just were like roaming around, and then like we really had plans for this one to like ride the ride a billion times, but then Matt, who was Corey's friend who invited us to the cantina, invited us to go with him, and so we were like,
we actually have to go sit and listen to DJ Rex, drink a couple drinks.
So like I really enjoyed the 2 drinks that I had. The alcoholic one from Docking Bay 7 was really tasty. Like it was spendier and a little more than I was expecting,
cool,
but it was really tasty.
I do want to eat there maybe next time.
Yeah, next time maybe we'll have some lunch. And then you really liked your Rondo's Roost.
Wrap? The Ronto Wrap?
Rondo's Wrap, yeah.
Ronto Wrap. It was very good.
He liked that a lot. The drink that I did get inside of Olga Canteen was non-alcoholic, and I thought it was a really great choice for somebody who like doesn't want to drink something with alcohol in it, or for kids. But like they had a really good variety, and so like I'll definitely want to go back. But I think our thought process is again kind of ride the rides as much as we can, so when the land does open, we're not waiting in that standby line.
Yeah, well, also
ride,
when the land opens, we won't be allowed to go for a little while.
True.
So.
Yeah, and that's what we kind of mentioned previously. But I think the layout of the land's really cool. I think it's definitely once it opens. They use
that space so well.
Yeah, I think once it opens, it'll help with Toy Story Land's like congestion. We both said several times just how immersive it was. There were moments we spent 4 hours in BATUU or Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, and I feel like there were plenty of times where I almost forgot we were even in Hollywood Studios.
Yeah, there was only a couple of times where I realized, like, oh yeah, we're still at Studios, because it feels huge.
Yeah, like, it really does.
You can get on Slinky and you can look over the wall and be like, okay, I get it, but it's like 4 times bigger than you expect it to be. So, and you can't see out of the land, but you can see in from Toy Story.
And that was the other thing. We were like, oh, with nighttime, we'll get to see it during like the day and night, which like was incredible. And I said this earlier, make sure you make a trip back in to see it at night, even if you don't ride anything or experience anything. But we didn't get to talk about our second ride.
Well, I was going to say, on our first ride, we flew it, and then we came back and landed in BATUU, and when you land, it's like daytime and cool, and then we went back as it was turning dusk. And when we were landing, it was becoming nighttime, and in the ride, the video was showing nighttime BATUU, and I was like, "Oh, is it already dark?" And we went outside, and it looked exactly like that.
Yeah.
So.
But the second ride, we both got to be pilots. I should never be a pilot again.
Kelsey needs her license revoked.
It's a lot harder than it looks, to be honest. Like,
it's also, it's. I feel like I would have been. I'm okay at it. but I think I would have been better at it if I could control upright, left, and down. Because when there's two
control all
pilots,
of it.
she controlled left and right, and I controlled up and down. I was killing it, by the way.
Yeah, he did good.
Kelsey would get that thing. You know when a new driver starts to drive, they'll panic and be like, there's a pole over there. Don't hit the pole. So they stare at the pole and drive straight at it. Kelsey did that with almost every obstacle.
I will say, though, our first ride through when we did the engineers, I really didn't know.
So much fun.
That was pretty fun because there were lots of buttons to press. But, like, I didn't really know what we were doing when it came to what was happening on the screen. I didn't get that we were chasing the bus thing.
Oh, really?
I didn't get that until we were finally driving, and you're like, follow the bus. And I was like, oh.
If you play video games, it's a video game, this ride. And so, like, you're going to have to use a lot of the same skills where there's a mini-map in the corner, and you're not looking at it, but you know what you need to know, right? Yeah. So there's, like, the whole screen in front of you, the viewport. That's what you should be paying attention to. And then out of your periphery, you're monitoring your, like, station, which is, like, to your side. And Kelsey can't. So I would be watching us flying because, like, they're controlling it, right? And our friends are the gunners, and so I'm, like, watching everything happen. I'm looking at all their stations and the thing. And then I can see, like, oh, I need to hit a button, and I'll hit all the buttons and move, and then I'll realize, so does Kelsey, and she does not. And so I'd have to be like, babe. So,
I think I just need to be a gunner. I think that's where my strong suit is.
Gunner has, like, 2 buttons. I think you'd
and it's
be
just
good.
like blow stuff up.
Yeah.
Because, like, my favorite thing when we play, like, Lego Indiana Jones or, like,
boy.
I like smashing stuff. So, like, I think that's my strong suit. It was cool to get to be a pilot. It was cool to be an engineer. But I think the more and more...
my favorite.
I think the more and more we play it, though, or, like, ride it, I will, like...
I think you'd be a better gunner.
Yeah, I think gunner's where I need to
be. And I really liked engineer. So.
Yeah. But I think that's kind of the smart thing that they did with the attraction is that, like, you go and, like, you fail once, and you're like, oh, we got to do that again. And, like, it's a reason to ride it multiple times.
Yeah, it was fun. It's the same with Man in Black is a really good example because it's got 6 people in a car, and most of the time you're not going to know all 6 people in your car.
Right.
And then when they fail, you're like, I could have done it. I'll go back.
Right.
It was just them.
Or when you win and you get that suit and you're like, we're the ones that did that for you. So...
The average on that, the split, was just us carrying you.
Right. So, I think it was a really fun ride. I think
it's like super cool.
It's really cool how they, like, have it, like, that you can interact.
We haven't failed it yet.
We haven't failed it yet, which is good. I think that's right there. Okay.
Yeah.
Killing it.
But anyway. We could definitely do better.
Yeah. So that's enough about that attraction. We'll probably talk about it more after we've gotten to do it a few other times.
About that attraction.
Well, for now. But it was really good, and just, like, the scale of everything.
Mm-hmm. The land itself is why I was there, so I was really excited to see all of the everything that they've done. Yeah. Even to the point of behind the bar, you know, when you go to a bar and they have, like, the little hose with, like, the soda buttons on it, that had not the Coca-Cola label, but the, like, BATUU version.
Oh, so like when we saw in the docking bay.
Mm-hmm. It had those logos and stuff, and I was like, guests don't even see that. Yeah. Like, that's nuts. So. Yeah.
But I do like all the costumes make you feel like they're all villagers. I will say that it's a weird thing, though, because since, like, they aren't, like, these are the attraction costumes, these are custodial costumes.
It's cool, though.
It was like, oh, I don't know who is doing what necessarily, but I think that really makes the whole land feel that much more immersive. Even the photographers were in the BATUU costumes. Mm-hmm.
Granted, they did seem to, like, color code things a little bit in that regard, where I'm sure if you were around long enough and you were trying to pay attention, you could figure it out, but just didn't. So,
right.
Yeah. It was a smallish crowd today. So.
Yeah, that was the nice thing about cast previews, is that it was just a cast member plus one guest.
Yeah.
And so, like, the first time we did Smuggler's Run, I think we waited about 30 minutes, but it moved really fast.
It just kept walking the whole time.
The second time, it was a walk-on. So, like, I'm really hoping that without fast passes, because that's what they're hoping to do for the first few months of it being officially open, I'm really hoping it's going to go that way.
If that sort of efficiency, you'll have no problems getting on.
Right.
Even if, Even if everyone in the park goes straight to the ride.
Now, I know there is not a really good way to gauge it quite yet, but how long would you be willing to wait in the standby line for that attraction?
40 minutes. But that's my answer for just about everything. I see a sign that's like 40 plus. If it's over 40, I'm just like, ooh.
That reminds me though, there is a height requirement. It is 38 inches, as well as they will have a single rider line. So that'll be nice too. So I would say like wait like probably like an hour to ride at one time with like your group.
If it's your first time, I'd wait an hour.
Or if you know like these are my 6 people and I want to have like a good group, like wait it out. Otherwise, like if you want to like get the practice doing different things, single rider line.
I would.
But
anyway. They even had that open today.
Yeah.
Not that anyone was really using it because the cast preview had you bring a guest if you wanted,
so
and so everyone
most likely
did.
going to be to choose.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but
super cool. We saw the droid shot. There's a custom astromech droid factory where you can build like a bunch of different variations of robots, like R series and BB series.
Yeah.
And then you can buy a separate personality chip. There are 6 of them that changes how they sound and how they react to different things in the land.
Right.
So that's pretty cool.
So there's a lot of really like cool interactive stuff.
Yeah, we watched Chewie and Rey host a droid race.
Yeah, that was super
So
cute.
that was cool.
So yeah, there's so much going on. There's so many things to see and do. So I'm really excited to get the opportunity to go back one more time before we're blocked out. But also I'm just like super thankful that we got the opportunity to do that in general because we didn't get to do previews for Pandora or Toy Story Land. And I think that was also on us.
New Fantasyland. And
yeah.
So.
But I think that was also on us. We didn't really know what was all required to like get to do a preview. But like good on Disney
but even
for
then,
this because
they didn't have enough for everybody to go if they wanted to. But this one did.
Yeah, they were like, "Hey, we are going to open up enough time slots for everyone."
I was pretty sure. I was like, "Well, see it in a year or so."
Yeah.
And then they were like, "You can go,
so,
but you can't do everything." And I was like, "Okay, fine."
That's understandable as long as I can go and see it and get a little product
know
knowledge.
What it is, so that way when I get asked about it, like the day it opens, people will ask me about it. At least I know what it is.
Right, absolutely. So major thank you to Disney for allowing us to get that opportunity to do that.
Yeah.
So
it's a cool way to soft open too, so you don't have to like freak out when a zillion people show up.
That's got to be so nice for the cast members because they're gonna do cast member previews and then annual pass holder previews, and then it opens on August 29th. So congratulations to all those cast members. That's super awesome.
Congrats to the team who built it all. Cause
absolutely.
It's wild.
It's incredible.
Yeah. The level of detail is insane. R.I.P. Lights Motor Action.
Right. But yeah, I think that's it for today. We'll get to experience it a little bit more, like I said, next week. So stay tuned to that. Sorry that this one is just kind of a hodgepodge of us experiencing it for the first time. First impressions. This was probably a long ramble from us. But thanks for sticking around. And we'll see you guys real soon. Bright suns! Rising moons! Dark nights! Stuff. Capri Sun.
Dark Knight. That's DC.
Bye!